This is your ass. This is your ass in prison. Any questions? This has been a public service announcement reminding you that if you do the crime, you will do the time. Hard time.
Who killed Buddy the rabbit?
So we've got a dead rabbit. And as the gravedigger's burying it, he notices it's got a broken neck. How'd that happen? One word. Homicide.
Why would anyone kill Buddy?
Seems this Buddy the rabbit lived with quite a few people in that house there. First of all, you got Rob Saul.
No, I wouldn't hurt that little bunny. I mean, my daughter loved that rabbit. I wouldn't have anything to do with that.
I don't know what to make of this guy. I mean, right off the bat, I assumed he was gay. Turns out, though, that his alibi was that he was up all night for about 8 hours talking to some Felicia Fierce lady. And yet, he claims he's not in love with her.
Look, just because I talk to her a lot and I want to have sex with her all the time and I just want to be with her, that's not being in love. Come on, no.
If you can figure this guy out, you're a smarter man than I am. Then there's Ileana.
No, I didn't do it. When that was supposed to happen, I was occupied with a man. 'Cause I cannot pleasure myself, you know? I mean, that's what men are for anyway.
Now that's a likely story. But then again, what kind of psychosis is going on where you never pleasure yourself? Yeah, I gotta keep my eye on this one. Finally, we've got Maya. That's got guilty written all over it. The homicide investigation takes hard work and plenty of experience. Luck hardly has anything to do with it. And speaking of luck, look at poor Buddy. He had 4 rabbit feet. And look where that got him. In a hole in the backyard, that's where.
Who killed Buddy? Tonight on Investigation Discovery.
This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. A former TV weatherman has been arrested for allegedly making a secret sex tape and then threatening to release it. As cops warned, he could have more alleged victims. Josh Fitzpatrick. Josh Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick? Who worked at 29 News in Charlottesville, Virginia, is accused of secretly filming his accuser during a consensual sexual encounter. Gosh, he agreed to it and then you pulled this stunt. Yeah, because he was like, man, that video gave me a chubby that went. That's what he told her. Yeah. Anyway, the alleged victim reported the incident in February, telling cops the 42-year-old meteorologist had subsequently extorted and threatened them. This might not be a woman. With the release of the clip, investigators said Fitzpatrick relocated to Ohio shortly after the probe kicked off. Oh, he thought, Ohio didn't have an extradition? Anyway, he was nabbed there with the help of Ohio law enforcement on Tuesday. Fitzpatrick was slapped with charges of sexual extortion and unlawful creation of an image of another. Wow. I mean, this is within the context of video and photography, right? I mean, what if he just drew dirty pictures of the other person? Would he be in trouble then, too? I mean, police warned the former weatherman, he no longer in the field, who is in custody pending his extradition back to Virginia, may have more victims. and urged others to come forward. Well, once you get a search warrant of his stuff, provided he hasn't successfully destroyed it all, that if you got it on with this guy, odds are he has video of you. You know, for whatever reason, I guess you just didn't have any money, so he didn't bother you with the blackmail. But this particular victim, man, woman, and we don't know. His former employee covered news of his arrest, but stopped short of releasing a statement. Now, come on. It's the responsible thing. Is that, hey, you just never know. What do you want from us? Yeah. Anyway, the outlet said he left his position at the TV station in early March. Perhaps because he knew the heat was on. And that was the deal. So the forecast looks to be some serious jail time. I don't know what the mandatories, I mean, it varies from state to state, so I don't know how many years he might get for the extortion, in and of that. I don't know if he had just been caught with taking surreptitious images or videos of coworkers and whatnot and that sort of thing. I don't know what that runs. But he went the extra mile and said, if you don't want your family to see this, and interesting, I understand they protect the identity of victims in these scenarios and whatnot, but them. So, anywho, he's a bad, bad man, and now he's going to pay the price. Yeah, that's what the forecast says.
Just your meat to take a walk down the street while killers, we kill it and kill it and kill it and kill it. Nailsin News. Ain't nobody gonna know. Do you trust your meat to take a walk down the street while killers, we kill it and kill it and kill it and kill it? Nailsin News.
All right, this will be the Thanksgiving Day special for the Nailsin Sunday Comic Show. Yeah. I wasn't going to do it on Thursday, So, went looking for a comic book that had a Thanksgiving Day story. And this is the first one that popped up. It's from a comic book series called Forbidden Worlds, I think. I can't even remember that. So it's an anthology. It's got a lot of different stories in it. So I'll revisit it later for those other stories. But for Thanksgiving, we'll do a story called Thanksgiving Day, appropriately enough. Ah, yes. I mean, why not? I mean, what else would I do? I mean, I'm sure there's probably some other stories, but I don't know what it would be. Maybe telling the story of the first Thanksgiving, the Pilgrims and stuff. But, well, maybe that'll be for next year or something. But 'cause I don't think I've done Christmas stories, Halloween. it's all the horror comics, but I don't think I've ever done a Thanksgiving Day story. And it'll be too late next Sunday. So it's now or never. So anyway, here we go. Thanksgiving Day. That's the title they came up with. Wouldn't it be wonderful if all your wishes could come true? That's what Harry Q. Wilson thought until he ran headlong into the weird happenings of that strange Thanksgiving Day. So there's Harry Q with a giant turkey, a big bag of gold coins, I guess. And that's how he affords a nice house, a boat, a big turkey. But then, oh no, the Grim Reaper is upon him, I guess. Oh, and he gets, I don't know, a pearl necklace for the wife, whatever. Anyway, Harry was just an ordinary guy with an ordinary job, which he seemed constantly in danger of losing. And you got the nerve enough to want to raise? I caught an error in your work. Just one more, Wilson, and out you go. I'm sorry, sir. I'll try to do better. But when he returned home, everything seemed worthwhile again. I did. Hello, Bobby. Got a kiss for your father? Well. And then there'd be Ellen, his wife. Another reason for feeling that life was worth living. Yeah, not bad. Yeah. How are things in the office today, Harry? Did you get that raise? I'd rather not talk about it, Ellen. Oh, damn it, Harry. Oh, no. I told all the fellas about the bike you're going to get me, Dad. But they just laugh at me and keep on saying, when? Well, I thought I'd sort of ask you. Well, soon. I'll try not to keep you waiting too long, Bobby. That leak started again. We've just got to get the pipes fixed. I'm willing to forget about that new winter coat I need. Jeez, they're really grinding him into the ground. The coat, I wouldn't have been able to buy you anyway. But there was always Grandpa to cheer things up. Okay, so suppose you ever got anybody. I'm still prouder of you than any man has a right to be of his son. Thanks, Father. I wish I were worthy of your pride. I can't even pay for the dental work you need. Now, why you gotta bring that up? Now, come on. Next morning was Thanksgiving Day, and the house was a bustle of preparation. I wish you'd go down to the market and pick up my order, Harry. I want to get the turkey into the oven as soon as you can get back with it. It'll be open until noon. All right, I might as well be of some use. God, I'm just the worst. On his way back home with the heavy package, he sat down in the park to rest. He wasn't very happy. The man at the market had been unpleasant about the overdue bill. Thanksgiving Day? What have I got to be thankful about? A failure? Can't give my wife and kid and old father the things they need so badly? I wouldn't care what happened if only I could have the material things I want. They're the most important things in life. If only there were some way I could get them. Burn, burn, burn. Suddenly there was a blinding flash, and on the bench next to him, what the? Jeez. What the hell? I could swear that wasn't there a second ago. It seemed just like, it seemed to just appear like magic. If this were a story, I'd chalk it up to the hand of Providence, interceding to grant me my wishes through this little thing. And I'd hold it in my hand like this and say, "Let there be money." Clank. Oh, nobody saw. This can't be happening, though. I'm dreaming or something. The bag contained $5,000 in gold. More money than he'd ever had before. But far from the wealth he'd longed for. But now he had an idea. I want to bet it on the right horse. Please show me which it is. The little idol seemed to move within his hand, and suddenly, number 14, at 20 to 1. I'm betting every cent on it. And when the race was run, number 14 wins. I'm worth $100,000 now. He used the money to buy property. Now he was going to collect rents and become still richer. But sudden wealth had changed him. "Couldn't you please do some repairs? At least make this place livable." "For what you're paying, you should be glad I give you a roof over your head." Dumb old bag. And when his poor tenants couldn't pay their rent, he'd listen to no explanation. "I don't know what's gotten into you, Harry. You've changed. You'd never have done anything like this before." Harry was ashamed, knowing that it was true. As he passed a rubbish can, "This thing has been responsible for what I've become." Not really. It's all on you, you asshole. I know it. I don't need it any longer, so here goes. I'm glad I did it. I was always a little scared of that idol at that. Besides, hey, what's this in my pocket? Why, I still got it. I can't get rid of it. It'll always be with me, dragging me down as it builds my wealth. Oh, well, I just got to get rid. There's nothing I can do. Why fight it then? And so ruthlessly, Harry Q. Wilson continued his upward course. He sold his property, and with the proceeds, entered a stockbroker's office. Which stock? I've got to know. You've got to tell me. But first, a word from our sponsor. 7 gigantic dinosaurs for $1, up to 4 feet tall. Wow, look at this. Duck-Buildosaurus. Giant inflatable toys of prehistoric monsters who ruled the earth millions of years ago, with genuine toss-up feed action. Wow, they'll toss their feet up. Molded one-piece quality latex, completely inflatable. So you want that dinosaur? Well, let's see. Which ones do you get? You get a a Ceratosaurus, a Tractodon, Protoceratops, sea serpent. Okay. Spinacondum, Platyosaurus, Tritasinapatus. Sure. Well, if you want that, here's what you do. You simply hand in this, get your phone to take a picture so you'll be able to print it out, Giant Dinosaurs Department B-83-11, 114 East 32nd Street, New York, 16, New York. I can hardly wait to get my complete collection of prehistoric dinosaurs. Please rush my order. Enclosed is, and if you want all 7, it's going to be $7. Yeah, in cash, check, or money order for, the sets. You put your name, your address, your city. I assume they mean zip code. Anyway, and your state, and there you go. You'll have, dinosaurs. Anyway, let's see here. 685 money makers that sell themselves. Exciting new catalog contains America's best sellers, the North Star catalog. Here's just one of terrific toy line. I don't know, but it's a fish that's swallowing another fish. That's rather disgusting, but see, I'm going to get you. Swallowing fish, so new, so novel. Just put it on the floor and watch the big fish chase the little fish. Open its mouth and pop. The little fish disappears inside. Just one of many sensational toys priced from $1 and up. Okay, so it eats it and then it pukes it out or poops it out. Yeah, loads of fun. Oh, yes. So anyway, there's all kinds of stuff in the North Star catalog. Fast-selling gifts, toys, jewelry, greeting cards, household gadgets that do stuff, collectors, salt and peppers, okay, exciting imports. You'll find them all in North Star's fabulous catalog of 685 money makers. Items so new, no one in your community has ever seen them. No selling experience needed. These items speak for themselves. You just collect orders and extra cash at the same time. This is like Amway and stuff, Okay, what's this? The special offer. See for yourself how easily you can make extra money. We'll send you a sample, a fast-selling Lil Washer salt and pepper set in colorful plastic. Plus, money-making catalog for only 60 cents. It retails for $1. Oh, my goodness, this is a steal. So there you go if you're interested. North Star, 8631 Finch Building, St. Paul, 1, Minnesota. Please rush Lil Washer Salt and Pepper Set money-making sales kit catalog. I enclose 60 cents. Please send free catalog only. Oh. So if you don't want the salt and pepper set, you can order the free catalog. And I don't see how you're making money off it. I mean, do they give you a cut on the sales that you're selling it to someone else? Why can't they just take your catalog and order it for themselves, Well, what do I know? So there you go. That's the address for your dinosaurs, for your fish eating a fish, and salt and pepper shaker, and God knows what other crap. And all you got to do is send off for it. And that whole world of goodies is yours. And now, back to our program. And then he saw it. He knew what he had to do. But, sir, it's crazy to invest $150,000 in a stock like that. Its mines have played down. It's going nowhere. You'll lose every cent. Maybe, and maybe not. Either way, it's my money, so buy it. The following morning, he was awakened by a phone call. You must have second sight, Mr. Wilson. That stock's going up like a balloon. They've struck uranium. You've got a profit of almost double already. I'd better sell out, huh? No. Wait till it reaches $1 million. Then sell. Now he was a wealthy man. Yeah, I guess so. But he wasn't yet satisfied. He saw an opportunity to buy in on a business that had billions in its future. Let's agree then. We each own half of the company's stock.
And if one of us dies, the other can purchase his stock share to assure control.
It was a wise investment, for the new combine grew to giant and profitable proportions. Wow, look at that stack of money, and then all these dollar signs. This all must be really successful. I don't know what they're leaving on the floor there, but well, anyway, I guess it worked out. So anyway, Harry drove himself relentlessly in the battle for even greater wealth. He hadn't time for his family anymore. What was worse, he didn't seem to care about it.
Harry, we never seem to go out together anymore, like we did in the old days. I'm lonesome for you. Isn't there some way?
Business comes first. How can I ever get anywhere when you're always underfoot? So she's, gonna have an affair and all that. Anyway, his ambition grew like a poisonous weed. He tried to buy out his partner to no avail.
The company's going places. I'd be crazy to sell out at any figure.
He's stubborn. I can't budge him in an inch. That agreement we had in case one of us should die. If he were only out of the way, I'd have the whole enterprise soon enough. The thought took root, grew until it dominated his life. He would sit at his desk, upon which the little idol now reposed, as a mascot and paperweight. Yeah, it does pretty good at that, Yeah. It would serve the stubborn fool right if something happened to him. I wish it would, confound him. It was then that he became aware of screams, excitement from outside his office door. What's happening? What's all the noise about?
Your partner, he must have had a dizzy attack. He was standing next to the window, and he fell out.
The idol! It was right near me when I made that wish. But I didn't mean it that way. I didn't. Panic and horror crowded in on him. In a moment of revulsion, he grabbed the idol, hurled it from the window. There! Now maybe I can break its grip. Change from what it's made me into. Then, as he turned back to his desk, no, it's back again. I can't get rid of it. What's this? I don't know. Probably roach turds or something. Anyway, he knew now there was nothing that he could do. That he was caught in a trap of his own making, from which there was seemingly no escape. Now, sole owner of the huge company, he proceeded to pile up millions, and his family saw little of him. Daddy, I'm so lonesome. There's nobody around this big new estate for me to play with. Don't worry, I'll buy you something to occupy your time. Money was no longer any object. He bought a pony for the lad. A pony for me? Whee! Yes, sir. Nothing's too good for the son of Harry Q. Wilson.
One thing you're forgetting, Harry. Perhaps a little of your love would have made him even happier.
You can't ride love. But Harry Q. Wilson had no time for such things as love. Bobby rode his new pony out the gate and straight into the path of tragedy. Look out! Screech. Harry was terribly staggered by the death of his little son, so much so that he turned to Ellen for comfort. But it wasn't forthcoming.
This was your fault. It was your greed and disinterest that killed our son. He wanted so little, just his father's love, and you didn't give it to him. Instead, you gave him a substitute, and it killed him. You're not the man I loved and married.
His conscience told him that she was right, and because the knowledge hurt so, he was brutal to her. I've had enough of your stupidity. I've treated you too well. If you don't like me as I am, there's nothing holding you here.
You're right. There's nothing to keep me here, is there?
He was confident that she'd never leave the wealthy life he had made possible for her, but next day,
as you suggested, I'm leaving. I'm glad to get away from the monster you've become. I never want to see you again. Ellen.
There was only one person he could turn to for comfort. His old father. You're the only one I've got left, Father. You won't show me the same ingratitude she did. You appreciate everything I've done for you, don't you?
Bobby dead, Ellen gone. I'll show you how I appreciate what you've done. She was right in calling you a monster. I wish I'd never had you for a son. I'm leaving here too. I'd rather go to an old men's home than stay here with you.
Slap. Ow. God. What? Man. Well, anyway, he left, and Harry wandered through his wealthy home. Alone. Lonely.
Typically, being alone can make you, lonely. I can't get on as I am. I can get on as I am. I don't need anybody.
But it was a no-go. He couldn't lie to himself.
Who am I kidding? They were right. I was wrong. What did I do? What have I done to people, to human life, just because I wanted riches? It was you. You've cursed me from the beginning. I've learned my lesson. Learned that humanity, love are the only important things in life. Oh, if only it weren't too late. If only you would vanish and leave me, the man I used to be.
Suddenly, before his astounded eyes, something was happening to the idol. It grew dim, seemed to fade, and then...
Now Harry left the big empty mansion, never to return. He couldn't bear to be surrounded with the evidence of what he had become. I'll just go and look at the old house where Ellen and I lived so long ago. We were poor, but we knew happiness. I don't know, both your wife and son were nagging you. The only one who didn't give you any crap was your old man. So, I don't know. Anyway, there it was, looking exactly as he had remembered it. Once it held love, Ellen, Bobby, Grandpa. Nearby, some boys were playing in the street, as Bobby had used to do. There was once a time when he'd have been with them, Bobby. But now, he's gone. Yeah, he got run over, like a dog. As he turned away sadly, he heard a well-remembered voice.
Dad, here I am.
What?
I got tired waiting for you to come back from the market with the turkey, so I went out and played with the fellas.
Bobby! Bobby!
Harry, you'd think you hadn't seen the boy for a year. How about one of those hugs for me?
Ellen!
You were gone so long that I sent Grandpa down to the market to see what had happened to you. There he comes now.
What's the matter with you anyway? Didn't you hear me calling you? I saw you just as you got up and walked away from that park bench, leaving the turkey behind. Fine thing we might not have had our Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, he's about to cop a fill,
Ellen, do you mind telling me something? How long ago was it when I left to pick up that bird from the market?
Almost 2 hours. You sure are getting absent-minded. Hurry up in. I want to get that turkey into the oven. Had it all been a dream? Or had fate turned back the clock, allowing him to live his life over again? Harry never found out. All he knew was, Harry, honey, I'd give a lot to know what that look means. Oh, you're going to find out later. Only that this is the best Thanksgiving I've ever spent in my life. And I don't wish ever to be happier than I am at this very moment. Well, the end. There you go. Oh, boy, it's like, A Wonderful Life, except for Thanksgiving Day. Seems like for Thanksgiving, shouldn't the idol have been like a turkey? I don't know. But anyway, that's how that unfolded. And I don't know. I guess it all worked out. His wife is going to stay with him. His kid's not dead. That's probably the best part, I'm guessing. He really didn't seem to care too much. He was just really downbeaten and stuff. And they really were playing the guilt trip on him. It's like, I was supposed to get that, what was it, a train set or something? I don't know. But it's okay, Dad. Oh, God. What a pathetic father I am. Then the wife is just like, you're not getting the raise, are you? Oh, damn it. Oh. Yeah. But then he gets billions of dollars and it's just not good enough, is it? I don't know. The art's okay, but it's kind of stupid, isn't it? I think so. I do. But that's the Thanksgiving Day story that I found for Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics. And later in the week, this Thursday actually, will be Thanksgiving Day. So there you go. And if a green idol should happen to appear, just ignore it, or wish it away, I guess. But then again, he's like, all right, I'll wish for $1 billion. And then you get the billion, and then you wish the idol away. So you don't become evil, But, it's like the entirety of the whole thing is like he immediately starts blaming the idol, and it's like, it's not the idol. You're still an asshole. You did all this stuff. It's only after you lost everything. Then, I was being a creep. Oh. Did he deserve a second chance? I don't think so. Of course, the poor kid, Well, the kid had to die to teach him a lesson, So. Oh, well. I guess everyone learned their lesson, didn't they? Isn't that nice? Yeah. Ravenscroft says, hey, Doug, happy Thanksgiving almost. Why, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving almost to you, too. The audio is good, according to A. Thompson. Well, thank God for that. Ravenscroft, maybe that's a cousin to Greg Brady's Tiki. Yeah, it could be. How did that, something like that. Yeah. Chronos Godwisen, you got a lot of dinosaur for the $1 back then. Yeah, it's an amazing thing, Good Lord, when you realize what inflation has become. Back then, $7 could buy you 7 dinosaurs. Wow, mail order dinosaurs. Those were the days. Ravenscroft, getting It's a Wonderful Life vibe. Yeah, it's a total ripoff of A Wonderful Life. Of course, I don't remember the date. Maybe A Wonderful Life ripped this comic book off. I don't know. Chronos Godwisen, the idol was an evil pilgrim. Could be. That could be the deal. It only appears on Thanksgiving Day. Hey, Thompson, what would you do with $1 billion, Doug? I wouldn't change anything. I'm having a great time. Oh, I don't know. I'd probably find something to do with it.
I don't know if I'd go bet it all on horses like this idiot did, or go into business with some other guy to share a company and then immediately want the whole thing to myself. So I hope he croaks someday. You know, I don't know. I mean, I'd probably just be satisfied with the billion, you know. You know, it's like,
No, but it must be more. It must be more.
but it won't be. No, it won't. Oh, well, as for the rest of it, the next one will be The Riddle of Robert O'Malley. That's what follows that. Whoops. That's that was it. So let me go see what, it's a lot of stories. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Forbidden Worlds. Stories of strange adventure. Can a man crash through the barrier of time itself? See it happen in The Riddle of Robert O'Malley. This can't be. Shot down by Jap Zeros and now trapped aboard an ancient pirate ship. Guess where this is going? So there you go. That's what it's called. I guess those are the Forbidden Worlds. So just don't go to those planets. All right, let me see what date this was in. Oh, look, you can draw a woman in her underwear with this projection. See? Anyone can do it. You need no skill or talent. You can steal all these other drawings. It's incredible. Oh, look, even when she's getting naked. See, it's a great way to get a woman out of her clothes and tell her, I'm an artist and I must capture your beauty. Really? Yes. All right, this is something about this. Yeah, he looks familiar. I might have read one of these before. Herbie. All he does is eat ice cream or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. 1958. All right. So, when did Wonderful Life come out? It was before that. So, yeah, they stole it from So Wonderful Life. That's what I'm going with. Well, there you go. Forbidden Worlds. Pirates that will ram torches in your nether regions. He's a pilot in World War II. And I don't know. I guess maybe it'll work out. But maybe I'll read it next Sunday. I don't know. I'll probably read The Fat Kid. Something like that. Who the hell knows? 8,000. I think I would prank these YouTubers more. Doug would get weird animals delivered. Llamas. Well, there's a lot of pasture out here. I could put them out there. Maybe some camels. Yeah. Actually I got to ride a camel once. And an elephant. Just for the lulz. 8,000. Just randomly, Doug would get a weird delivery. Good Lord. Actually, I take it back. I would send a private jet and a team to extract Doug. I would get him over here and act like a Bond villain. What? What the hell for? Jeez. You expect me to talk? No, I expect you to read comic books, Mr. Nailsin. And it'd be like that. Probably. I don't know. Jeez, I thought I could get an hour out of that. Is there anything else? Let's see. No. I don't really care about any of this. Oh. Well, this is new. All right, maybe I should open it in its own window. Yeah. That should make it possible. for me to find it that way. Like that. Dun-dun-dun. All right. Did Zack Snyder just confirm Snyderverse return? I don't know. Has Zack Snyder... Yeah, you just said that. Fans have now spotted that Zack Snyder himself liked an Instagram post using the same information we reported about the Snyderverse being restored. We being Cosmic Book News. Update. Note. We haven't been told it's returning as an animated project. Yeah, that's one of the guesses. And it's always been an idea that he could do, an animated take while they're doing the main DCU stuff. So you got this, it would be kind of like an Elseworlds project. And you got an animated Justice League 2 and 3 that just finishes that story about Darkseid and all that. Rather than just bringing them all back for movies and everything. The post shared by the account Press Play Mex features the Justice League team alongside text claiming the Snyderverse is returning. The like from Snyder has instantly kicked off another wave of speculation that the director is quietly signaling what's coming. It also follows Snyder liking other posts, including one calling out James Gunn's Superman box office collapse. Well, if that's the one I'm thinking of, it was just the comparison between Man of Steel and the Superman movie, Gunn Superman. And that Man of Steel outperformed it. So somebody said, hey, look at that, huh? And Snyder's liking the fact that someone says his movie's better or that it was good or something of that nature. Possibly. So the Instagram post echoes our report and Snyder liked it. The Instagram user posted the information only after our article. All right, McCloyne, come on. Went live detailing what insiders told us, that the Snyderverse is coming back with Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Ray Fisher, and possibly Ben Affleck. The timing is not lost on fans. Snyder liking the post is the most public nod he has made so far toward the claims, and it lines up perfectly with the streak of DC EU images he's been dropping the past couple of months, which is similar to the teases he would do during the whole release the Snyder Cut thing, So, everybody, well, what's this about? So, as Cosmic Book News has been reporting, Snyder's return is not just a creative decision. It's tied to the Saudi-backed bids for Warner Brothers Discovery. Our insiders told us the Saudis won a massive Snyderverse-level event designed to rival Marvel and the Avengers movies. Well, there's no need because Marvel has destroyed itself. So you want to have something on par with Infinity War and Endgame. I see. I get it. Well, I don't know. Their goal is a DC franchise with global movie appeal, and Snyder is the filmmaker they want leading it. With Snyder continuing to release images of Cavill, Affleck, Momoa, Deathstroke, Joker, and Mara. Yeah, Mara, Amber Turd. I don't know about that. You're going to have to recast her and the Flash. It all fits the plan. As we've been told, the original cast returns to finish Snyder's story arc. We've also reported repeatedly that James Gunn is out once the sale of WBD is finalized. Our insider said Gunn pivoted away from his original DCU plan toward the Superman family saga because the writing was already on the wall. And Deadline recently confirmed exactly what we reported, that Gunn is shifting focus to the Superman family, and that an industry insider questioned Gunn's future at DC Studios outright.
Gunn even questioned his own future at DC following our report. Well, I doubt that was in response to their report. I mean, is this about when he said, if I'm still, that kind of thing? I don't know. With Snyder teasing characters, the Saudis pushing for his return, WBD sale looming, and now Snyder liking posts about the Snyderverse comeback, the picture is becoming harder to ignore. Well, yeah, but then what if nothing happens at all? Yeah. But that's the only scenario where something of this nature is believed. Now, the animated thing, I always thought that was something down the road they could have done. He did have a meeting with Gunn. They're old friends going back to Dawn of the Dead and all that. And then Snyder kept hinting he would like to do an adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns. And then that would be a one-shot deal, a one-film deal. And then if the DCU was successful and got up and running, then a side project of that nature would be something he could do, possibly. But an animated series. I mean, they've been doing tons of animated movies of DC properties all along. This one wouldn't be a direct adaptation of a comic book story, but it would be, the plans that he had for it, and it would be the only way for them to do it without the expense and whatnot of having a live action cast do it. And perhaps have, Cavill and Affleck do the voices and all that. And then there you go. You've got that. Wouldn't really seal the deal for the fandom of Snyderverse, I don't think. But, well, what you gonna do? So, I think that's pretty much the possibilities. But Saudi money, that's the massive sugar daddy. If that's what they really want and they're willing to put the money into it, then, then yeah, it would happen under those circumstances. Because it's like the company's like, okay, because it's no harm to them, Because, they would be their property at that point. The other thing about this is these iconic characters become the property of a foreign entity. Damn it. Or at least those iterations, because in a couple of years, Superman's going to become public domain. And very quickly, so will Batman. So, you own your own versions of it. So their movies and stuff, that's all Warner Brothers property until the age of those movies reaches public domain status and that sort of thing. But, doing a Superman movie today, well, they're going to own that for a long time. But the actual property of Superman, anybody can do it then. So there'd be all these other little small films and stuff people do. This is my Superman. And and it turns out to be much better. It could be the case. But anyway. A. Thompson says, Doug would get back to America, describing A. Thompson's French bulldog with laser beams on his head. Your bulldog has laser beams. A. Thompson says, no, Mr. Nailsin, I expect you to draw. Ravencroft. Oh, Lord, can we give up on the Snyderverse already? Well, I thought so, but apparently that's the buzz and whatnot. Snyder doing this because it's similar to the teasing he did during the Snyder Cut stuff. And look, DCU hasn't done well. If James Gunn's Superman had hit $1 billion, this wouldn't even be discussed. But it didn't. And it needed to do a lot. But for the most part, the sale was going to happen anyway. And I don't know if they're, because Saudi money could outbid just about everybody. So if they want it, then they're going to get it. And this is similar to a rumor about them wanting Lucasfilm, but Lucasfilm wasn't for sale, so it didn't happen. If that was true or not. But this one, with the financial group and everything, putting together the Comcast deal, apparently in league with them, whether they could, shoehorn their way into the Paramount deal, if that's more likely, then yeah, they could do this. Anyway, he doesn't. Bad news, Doug. I did not make the casting for season 2 of Alien Earth. Found out Friday. That's too bad. Plus, I've heard they're moving to a different location. I don't think they're going to be shooting it in Thailand anymore. Kronos Godwisen, do the Saudis think Superman ate shawarma at the end of the movie? Well, I guess he soon will be. He knows, and it was a very general BCC email. Very disappointing, especially after I listed my salary expectations as 0. Oh man, they still passed on that? I can't stand in the background for free. Big mistake. Now I'm going to troll them. He doesn't. So back for me spinning my dong in the background for season 2. They will regret this. Well, maybe they are. Yeah, they recently announced. That's another thing. I wonder if he's got that here. There's the season 2's been officially announced. Crap. This guy's setup is terrible. It doesn't always. Well, let me see. I can search. Give me a search, damn it. Yeah. Alien Earth. Alien Earth. Come on. There we go. Alien Earth. Renewed for another season. Maybe I'll have to move this one to its new window. And we'll go back in here. Thank you for your times, Zach and Henry. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Well, what the hell? There it is. There we go. See, aliens choking on planet Earth. Like, oh, you're gonna have to give it the Heimlich maneuver, So, FX is sticking with Alien Earth. Variety reports the series has officially been renewed for season number 2, with creator Noah Hawley also signing a huge new overall deal with FX and Disney Entertainment Television. The site says the deal lands in the 9-figure range, keeping Hawley locked in as one of Disney's top TV creatives. Season number 2 heads into production in London in 2026. The first season was shot in Thailand before debuting in August. FX chairman John Landgraf praised Hawley's work, saying the network is ready to push ahead with the next chapter. So there you go. They're leaving Thailand. Hawley called the expanded deal an opportunity to push new ideas across Disney's TV division. He credited FX for backing his approach since Fargo, saying the network encouraged him to take creative risks. Hawley also confirmed his plans to continue exploring the world of Alien Earth as season number 2 takes shape. Disney Television Studios president Eric Schreier added that Hawley remains one of the most distinctive creators working in TV, and that the studio is excited to broaden his work beyond FX. Well, season 1 starred this girl and all these other people. The first season followed a young woman playing an android, blah, blah, blah. Hawley first arrived at FX in Fargo, blah, 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 blah. So there you go. They're going to shoot it in London. So Oh yeah, I thought they said something in here. No. No. Crap, where did I read that? I thought they were saying it was like it was going to be some years into the future after season 2. All right, maybe I got that wrong, but nevertheless, they're going to be in London. I mean, there's tax incentives there and stuff. I don't know, and I guess they're not going to be on that island anymore. That's kind of stupid. I mean, I would have thought they would be isolated to that, but well, whatever. Okay, so how are they going to move? Where are they moving? London. Oh, what the fuck? News to me. How can you move that island? Yeah, I don't think you do. They build an entire campus to film that show, not far from my shop. Well, not anymore. Doug, make me a mod. I'll post the Google map of the alien Earth campus. You are claiming they built that and will now abandon it. Look, that's the announcement. They're saying they're filming in London. Maybe they'll still film some stuff in Thailand too. I don't know. They are going to move all that. You should see the campus. The set is gigantic. Oh, what the fuck, London. They are going to ship that to London. There are tax incentives there. Yes. They got all that land for free. Well, whatever, but that's what they're going to do. So, I don't know. Maybe Thailand was like, look, we got a ready-made set for something else. And I don't know. But anyway, there it is. Alien Earth, season number 2. Boy, that's a show that really fizzled badly. I don't know what they're going to do to save that. So anyway, you're driving through the gate to take the set. Well, there you go. Make an offer since they don't want it anymore. And you can live with Itoctopus or whatever. Itopus, something like that. Okay, no super tips. Well, I guess that's that then. So there you go. The Thanksgiving's Day special for Sunday Comics. Wasn't that nice? Oh yeah, and a little bit of news, I guess. And well, that all do you for the rest of the day, because I've got to go off and be unconscious for a while because I got to go to work tonight. Yeah, all night long. So anyway, there we have it. Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And I don't know. We'll meet again soon, I guess.